Welcome to my Cuphead speedrunning featuring an Epal Vtuber by the name of SleepySirenX. Celebrating her rise to Epal of the month, I will attempt to beat the main game of Cuphead while she distracts me. I win if I beat it in 1 hour and 30 minutes, she wins if I don't. That'll be all for the intro, so let's jump in.
Oh boy, I gotta distract you.
Indeed.
I did not come prepared. Not
Good,
well.
good.
I'm just gonna
I'm happy to hear that.
spin it off the top of my head, I guess.
I'm gonna put a timer for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And yeah, if you're able to get me all the way down there, you get
How long
everything
does
you
a
could
speed
ever want.
run? Okay.
How long is a speed run? Going purely off of if it was in ideal conditions and I don't die, I could maybe beat this game in 45 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, I did that little ball, and then whenever we get to the end, then I'll go ahead and order the rest of whatever you push me to.
Okay. I suppose engage it. Okay. How long have you been playing Cuphead for?
I've been playing Cuphead for roughly 6 months. Have you ever seen or any bit of it?
Nope. No clue. I have no clue what this game is about at all.
Oh, well, I am not gonna let you read any of this. That's wasting time.
Why not? It's fine.
Oh my god, a bishop was in the corner.
What's wrong with the bishops?
Oh my god, it's pawns. They're beautiful.
Okay. I guess we can start off with knock jokes.
knock jokes, let's go.
Knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting Cal.
Meow.
No, you're supposed to say interrupting Cal. Anyway, I'm gonna start going off on my autistic rants. Did you know, ignoring the cows, chickens, right? Chickens are very closely related to T-Rexes apparently, and T-Rexes are supposed to be the king of dinosaurs. But did you also know that Spinosauruses are also the king, but they're the king of African rivers? And then if you take to the skies, there's also king of the dinosaurs up there, which are Quetzalcoatlus. They're also called Quetzals. Yes, they're giant birds with very long wingspans, and then in Ark they carry like all of your big boy dinosaurs, and then on the platforms of the dinosaurs you can build on stuff on top of it, and then you can go into the bases and then cheese them by going underneath their little wings, and then you can put C4 down on people's bases. It's really interesting. What? And then also Spinosauruses also have these little sails, right? But not only do they also have sails, Stegos also have sails. They have very rough sails though, in shape of like pine cones. But you have to like, they're very rough, while Spinosauruses have more of like the flappy things because they have like the little spikies on the thing, and then there's like the little sail looking things. And then there's also other type of dinosaurs called Allosauruses, right? There's Allosauruses, which are much smaller and they're also pack animals. But if you go into other games, there's also Gigantosauruses, also called Gigas, which are technically bigger than the T-Rexes. Why did you die already?
You're doing so well. It's so hard to focus.
Don't die. You're not supposed to die yet. Okay, I have a lot of other dinosaur facts. There's also called Mosochops. There's like little dog creatures, and they got little beaks instead, because some dinosaurs have little beakies, right? Speaking of some dinosaurs, there's also raptors. Raptors have feathers, which is why a lot of people, for some reason, thought raptors and other lizards have scales, but a lot of them have plumages, funny enough, which is why they're so, closely related to chickens. Speaking of chickens, humans are not exactly closest related to monkeys, they're actually closest to related to something else, which I don't remember what that was because I'm dumb. And then, speaking of chickens and eggs, right? Eggs, platypuses have eggs. They also have little barb tips on the back of their legs, which gives out venom, which is very strange for certain types of mammals, because why would a mammal have barbed legs on the tip of their little leggies and then bring out poison, but also have they lay eggs for some reason, even though most mammals lay, you know, normally. Just like how kangaroos are like the size of peas when they're born, and they're born inside the pouches, and you're not supposed to take them out of pouches, but they're very tiny in there, and they're the size of peas, and you could probably eat them. That's not the point though. How are you doing?
This is a lot harder than I thought.
You're not supposed to be stepping on spikes. I don't know if you knew that yet, but you know, maybe that's me. Like, you're not supposed to hit those.
Actually, you haven't played this game, so you don't know if that's real. For real.
Are you sure about that? Are you
Definitely,
sure you're
definitely.
not supposed to hit those? Because you don't know that. You might not be able to hit those. You're not supposed to get hit there either. You also have 1 HP.
That's irrelevant.
You don't know that. You have 1 HP, you could easily get hit by anything. Anyway, I'm looking at currently furry T-Rex stuff.
What?
I don't know why. I looked up King of Dinosaurs earlier, and now I'm getting a bunch of furry stuff, but that's not the point. Did you know furries also, when holy shit, speaking of furry, I have a lot of, like, furry servers, but that's only, not that I'm a furry, but it's because I used to draw a lot of animals, and for some reason, furries have a lot of money, and a lot of furries are in the IT. Right. Also, you only got a B. Why did you only get a B?
Well, because I'm awesome.
No, if you were awesome, you would have gotten an A.
Oh, I forgot to get spread shot. Whatever.
What's that?
Grand time.
What's a spread shot?
That is a different type of gun. I'm using the pea shooter right now. Spread shot
What
is
does
like
a spread shot do?
a gun.
Anyway, back to my furry rant.
Yes,
Did
yes.
you know? Do you know where a lot of furries are work as?
What they work as?
Yay! You know, like how everybody has a career and everyone has like the stereotype. Do you know what furries mostly are?
What?
They're IT workers. For some reason, if you take a bunch of furries in like a plane and then the plane goes and then whoosh, you know, our whole system would be down. I don't know why. They all love their IT and tech stuff. I don't remember why I was talking about furries. Something about dinosaur furries, they ended up all in my servers. Oh yeah, they're also very rich for some reason, which is why a lot of artists, when they end up drawing, they just like give up and then they just start drawing furry stuff because there's so many people who want furry art. Oh yeah, this isn't against TOS, I'm fine. Anyway, when I was drawing not furry stuff, I used to be a dragon artist, so I draw a lot of dragons, right? Dragons are pretty cool. They come in scales, they come in feathers, there's a bunch of little thingies. And I used to draw a bunch of OCs. And then I would draw these OCs, and then I would sell them to people, because people like the, little things that you give them out, and then they make stories behind them. And then I gave somebody this dragon, right? They bought it, it was Subnautica base, and then they hit me with an uncensored dragon dick. And there was 2 of them. But, like, you know, thank God I wasn't underage back then, but I'm just like, my fucking eyes, and then that's where I learned the worlds of scalies. Very crazy things. What are you doing right now?
I'm buying stuff in the shop so I don't die.
What are you buying?
I'm getting
Why?
spread shot for higher damage so I can go faster.
Oh my god, look at the pigs. If you look at the pigs, have you seen Roadhog? You know a lot of people want to fuck Roadhog, which is a very weird thing. Did you know Arya wants to fuck Tom Kench, which is very strange? She likes bald heads for some reason. But personally, I think Blitzcrank is amazing. If you really think about it, if you want robots, you're not supposed to pause the game. That's not supposed to be a thing. When you look at Blitzcrank, right, you have all those appendages. Same with Diva robot, right? If you look at Diva, is that a potato or is that a yam?
That is a potato.
Are you sure? He doesn't look like a potato. He's also throwing worms at you. I don't think the potato looks very healthy though. Anyway, speaking of Diva robots, Diva robot, right? If you think about it, right? Tom Kench or Blitzcrank. Have you ever played League of Legends?
I have never.
Do you know what League of Legends is?
I know
Have you ever wanted
yes.
to try playing League of Legends?
No.
Okay, you have issues, but it's fine. Maybe you go outside and touch grass. Most of us don't, I guess. Anyway, there's this robot creature called... Do you play Overwatch?
I have played Overwatch before, yes.
Do you know who Diva is?
Indeed I do.
And speaking of Diva's robots, right? If you really think about it, think about robots and their appendages, right? You could place the appendages with anything. Like, tell me why you would want to fuck a frog over fucking a robot, right? Because you can stylize that robot to be whatever you want.
Modifications, do whatever you want, huh?
Exactly. That's why you always pick the robot over the lizard. I pick the robot every time. I do heinous things to robots, but that's not really the point.
What type of modifications is what I was kind of asking.
Don't worry about it. What type of modifications would you want?
Well, chess learning.
Okay, I don't.
I gotta choose as boring answers as possible to counteract this insanity I'm hearing.
But okay, well, chess or checkers though, because technically, if you really take some chess rules, well, no, some checkers rules. There's checkers rules where you can jump a bunch of people multiple times, and then you just go around the corners, and then some people try and calculate it where you can jump them multiple times. Did you know in checkers, I've actually had this before when I was younger in like elementary school, I used to be really good at checkers and like nobody could beat me in recess except this one time where somehow I fucked up so badly that I couldn't move any of my pieces. I don't know how, I'm pretty sure the pieces were all fine, but like I couldn't jump over anybody and they could only jump over me, but it was my turn so I couldn't jump over them, you know?
Yeah,
oh, have you ever seen, holy shit, have you ever seen the two frog toads? Wait, they're called,
what?
they're two
Frog
brother toads and they go
toads?
into... Yeah. So they're not. I don't think they're frogs. They might be toads. Also, it's spinning like a windmill.
I have no
Holy
idea what
shit!
you just
Those
said there.
balls remind me of Slinky. You know, there's
Slinky?
this guy on YouTube where he takes a Slinky and he like bops it on his head, and then he goes to like, I don't know if he goes to raves. He goes to like these festivals, and then he just jiggles the Slinky around. Oh, speaking of Slinkies, if you take a Slinky and it's tangled, right? I'll give you some big brain knowledge facts actually. If you take the Slinky and you twirl it repeatedly, it actually can untangle. You just have to do it a bunch of times and it'll actually untangle by itself. Are you okay? You sound like you're struggling. But it's okay, it's fine. You died, it's fine. Did you know Koreans are really addicted to gambling? Speaking of the little slot machine thingies, and then some people, when they're gambling, they want to tap on the thing because they're convinced that if you tap on it repeatedly, that it gives them good luck, which is why you see a bunch of old people there. It's actually really sad. But apparently in blackjack, right, there's a bunch of stuff about numbers that you're supposed to count all the cards, but it doesn't really make any sense to me because I suck at gambling, which is why I never go to gambling places or like casinos, other than the fact that I just turned 21. Actually, you could be 18, I think. Can you be 18 when you go to casinos? Because I know you have to be drinking. Anyway, that doesn't really matter, because I would never go to the casino personally. Because I'm Korean and we're really easily addicted to things, especially gambling, which is why I play gacha games, which I know that doesn't make any sense. Do you play any gacha games?
Genshin, yes.
Okay, I don't know what's wrong with you, but that's fine. It's okay to be wrong. I don't know who that is because Genshin are for weird people and there's a bunch of like weird children over there. But if you play Wuwa, right, Water Place, it's really good. If you know Zanny, that's my lover, that's who I play. She's very hot and she also has this girl named Phoebe and they're like supposed to be a canonical thing, but it's really fucking annoying to play them because they're really hard and I never recommend it to beginners. And you're like supposed to play them together, but yada yada yada. Anyway, I was talking about gambling. Oh, speaking of which, there's gambling right there.
Indeed, this is a
I think he just punched you with the thing.
Why is it in this
slot
again?
machines are a scam, which is not really good. He's also bouncing on you. Speaking of bouncies, I got a recent bouncy ball recently. It's a yoga ball. It's really good for you because I keep sleeping on my chair, and it's really bad for my back, and my back's gotten really weak, so I got a yoga ball instead that I can sit on, which is really fun because you can just bounce all over it, and then you just like stretch out your back really good too.
Oh my god.
I think you died.
It's 3 of them at once, or 3 of them after another.
Well, have you tried jumping?
What you, motherfucker?
Because I feel like if you try jumping and jumping over it, it would be really well. Oh, speaking of which, did you know I'm 5'2"? And when I was a kid, I was also really short. I've been 5'2" since I was 12 years old, apparently. I feel like if you're getting too close to them, they might punch you in the face. Also, I don't know why he's aiming up the top. Are those ticks?
Those are fireflies. You would not. They're just spitting out their lunch.
Ooh, there was a really good song about fireflies, speaking of which, and now he's a little roly-poly, which is also adorable. Anyway, when I was a kid, I was 5'2" at 12 years old, but then we tried all of these Olympic sports, and there was this thing called a high jump, where you just jump in a curve and then you jump over this bar. For some reason, apparently, I was the second person who was able to get to the highest height, which is really funny because I'm 5'2" and I'm shorter than everybody else, and now he's a little windmill.
What kind of vertical
How
you got
adorable.
there?
What about a vertical? I don't know. It apparently looked like I was doing a karate kick, which apparently, we're not really known for karate. I don't know if karate and taekwondo is the same thing.
They are not.
Anyway, oh, I need water.
Yes.
Hey, this one's
the
don't
time
have the
to
little
pay
bouncy ball
attention.
thingy.
Yes,
You-
the
I think
bouncy
you
balls
might.
are the worst
You should
one to get.
What's wrong with the bouncy
And
balls?
they
Do
gave
they
me
come out
3
every
of
time?
them.
Why do they give you the bouncy balls? Is there a
I'm-
type of logic to this game?
Not really.
Also, is this a bee house? I don't know what this is. Is this flies?
I actually think so, yes. I actually haven't paid attention in the background.
Speaking of which, flies, right? Flies, they have these little feeties, right? They have multiple feeties, and they're supposed to taste with their... Or they're supposed to feel with their feet. I'm pretty sure they taste... Which is... And they're also very clean creatures, if you actually didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, now my fly jokes don't make any sense, because now we're gonna get rid of the flies.
I mean, really, that didn't fly with me.
Listen here, mister, with your own jokes. I'm like just letting my full tism go loose, which is crazy.
Go for it!
Oh, raccoons. I love raccoons. There's this little raccoon called Jeremy who like lives in the back of my my basement door. Sometimes he climbs up and like he just like I don't know. He started climbing on my little door for some reason, and then he sits on top of the trash can. He tries to lift it up, but his body's on top of it, so he can't really get it up, which has allowed me to pet him, funny enough. Where are you waddling to?
Huh?
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 I said, where are you waddling to? Oh, hey, it's the airplane person who's on a
Silverberg.
tricycle? Or is it a solocycle?
Don't
I don't
even
know.
try
One
and
of
make
those
sense
things
of this
is
one.
the thing. Yeah, but she's on like a No, those aren't tricycles.
This one's all
Those are
about star
solocycles, and now she's
signs.
a ram. What's your star sign?
What's September 26th?
Come on, you know what your star sign is. I don't know. You act like I know. Maybe a Taurus? Oh, speaking of which, I'm a Scorpio. Apparently, all of the people that I've dated, funny enough, have been Leos without me even knowing them, which I think is around August. I've dated like 4 guys who are all Leos with me knowing afterwards. Which is really funny. When I was in high school, there was this girl who was like really into astrology, and she asked me who I was dating at the time, and it was this one guy, and he was a Leo, right? And she told me, you guys must get into a lot of arguments because Leos and Scorpios get into a lot of arguments together, and they're not supposed to actually be together, which is really funny considering all the guys that I've dated are Leos. I'm supposed to get really along with... Actually, no, maybe I do get along with Tauruses. I don't remember. I don't really give a fuck about all the star sign stuff. Though, a lot of the times they think Scorpios are like, what did you say?
I think I might be a Libra.
I don't know what that is, but it's okay.
No, I don't know either.
Oh, speaking of pointy noses, look at her nose. You see how it's pointy? In Korea, there's apparently a trend where you're supposed to get like really pointy noses because you have like a little bump on the top of your head. And now she's a moon. Anyway, did you know my server's called Nightbloom server because it's like the moon in the anyway, that doesn't really matter. Speaking of poison noses, when in Korea's the area of plastic surgery and whatever, and a lot of people have like the little bumps on their nose. Mine's flat because I'm amazing, but that doesn't really matter. Be happy with who you are. Do you have a pointy nose? Do you have a little bump on the top of your nose?
Well, I'm doing pretty good for my nose. Her nose
Well,
is
you don't know.
pretty good though.
What?
What about Usopp's nose?
Who's Usopp?
No, she doesn't know One Piece. Kill her.
How am I supposed to know who Usopp is?
Do you know Sniper King? Hailing from the
No.
land of Sniper.
I don't.
Oh, you're
I
uncultured swine.
don't do One Piece. Okay, I have things. I have time. I don't have the time to do anything. Anyway, how far are you throughout the game?
I am. Well, I'm less than a third right now.
Hey, it's Flower Guy. Did you know I used to be a florist? Funny enough. And a
What
lot
type
of flowers.
plants?
Oh, speaking of lilies, a lot of people overwater their lilies, I think, and then they die off. And when you're supposed to find dead leaves, you're actually supposed to take them off because they still try and give the water and nutrients to the
Oh,
dead
yeah, I've
leaves.
heard that
That's
one,
why you
actually.
take off the floweries, right? And then another thing is, if you take a flower who's in a pot, right, you try and give them too much space, which is why you try and repot them, but actually giving them too much space makes them try and grow more and actually disperses the nutrients, which makes other parts of the flower not grow correctly, which is why it dies out. So technically you're supposed to keep it in a compact thing. You're supposed to keep it there and just water it that way. And then there's also cacti, and other types of succulents, which don't require as much water. And then there's a certain type called, I don't remember what it's called. They're peelable they're peelable succulents. So you actually peel the succulents off after a while. Usually it takes a month for it to do the whole thing. But you can just forcefully peel it off to find a new succulent, which is pretty cool that there's multiple succulents in one thing. I think he's dead.
Yeah, he's done for.
How many bosses are there in this game?
A lot. I think maybe like...
How many?
17?
That's not that many.
I don't know, I didn't count. What type of service would you do, but you can't do because of the way Epal works?
Oh. I don't really know. Where are you going? Why are you walking back and forth? Go back to the dice thing.
Well, I can't really go there because
Why not?
I really need...
Oh yeah, speaking of
need
services,
weapons.
anyway, so services, right? I tried to do the custom game service for a really long time, but I called it something else, and then I look at everybody else's services, and then they still have it, but they told me I couldn't do it because of the way it's called, but everything was fine, so I just went back and called it custom games instead, which is funny enough one of my most popular games. And then it's just like, why was it the only reason that I couldn't do it is because I called it different games instead of custom games, which makes no fucking sense because it's the exact same fucking thing. What do you mostly order?
Oh, what do I order?
What do you mostly do?
I always do chess services and e-chats like we're doing currently, like I have done to you.
When do you how long have you played chess for?
Since I was 6 years old. I learned
Who
from
taught
my
you?
dad in a barbershop. Yes.
Oh, did you know barbers? There's different types of barbers, right? You
fell
know,
into a
like how you have the
trap.
guy and the girl barbers. And then in Korea, funny enough, all the barbers are really old for some reason, and then all of the grandmas always get the same perms for some reason.
I have a
So they
Korean
always
barber.
have the short hairs. But for me, I have really long hair. I actually cut off like 14 inches off my hair so I could donate to cancer, but that doesn't really matter. I still have super long hair. It still goes down like below my tits. But anyway, the barbershop that I went to only cost like $20 for some, or that was the tip. I don't really remember, but I'm pretty sure the barber cost only $20. But every time I go to another barbershop, because there's no Koreans here, because I don't know where the fuck I live in the middle of nowhere, it's like fucking $60. I don't know how people do it. I'd rather just not go to barbershops, hence why my hair is so long. How long is your hair?
Only about like 2 or 2 inches at most.
You should grow it really long, and then you can shake it back and forth like a rock star. Pick up.
Is that the first thing you do every morning?
What?
Shake it like you don't care?
No, why would I ever do that? I don't give a fuck about my hair. My hair is naturally gorgeous. And then, like, I had this one lady come up to me and ask me, oh my god, speaking of which, one lady, I used to work at a grocery store, right? And this one lady would, like, come up to me, and then every time this old lady with long-ass fucking nails would take her hand through my fucking, like, through my hair, and then it would get stuck, and me and her would just stare awkwardly at each other as she's trying to pry her fucking hand out of my hair. Because I don't fucking comb it, because why would I? Also, you took a really long time to get up there, why?
I was waiting for the bug, but it didn't show up until I got to a certain point.
You're taking too long. What are you shooting at? You're shooting at, like, nothing.
It feels better to shoot than not.
Just shooting at, like... Okay, I guess you're just shooting at North Africa, but it's okay.
I don't think I'm getting that far to North Africa.
I'm still staring at this little furry for some reason. Oh, Jesus. What else is there to rant about? I was ranting about dinosaurs earlier, and I don't know if I have any more dinosaur facts. Actually, I do. There's pteranodons. There's a bunch of little fly creatures, and pteranodons in Ark. I don't know if you've ever played Ark Survival Evolved. Speaking of which, every single game that's called Ark I've played. Ark Survival, Lost Ark, Ark Raiders, which I tend to be pretty good at all of those games. And then in Lost Ark, it's an MMO RPG that I used to play back in the day, and then my team made me rush it because they wanted to play PvP, and I played this assassin with double blades. I think it was called Death Blades, which is why in League of Legends I play assassins. Most of the times in games I play assassins, even though sometimes I play mages. What do you like playing?
What do I like? What?
Oh, hey, it's the dice guy. Have you ever played Gambling with Friends? Gambling with Friends is really fun. There's this dice game in Gambling with Friends. You're supposed to take I'll give you some ball knowledge right here for anybody who plays Gambling with Friends, right? So in Gambling with Friends, in the first floor, there's this dice game. You're supposed to play this dice game. You're supposed to roll 2 dices, right?
Yeah.
You roll
sure.
2 dices, you roll 1, you roll 2. If you get 7 on the first go, you win the prize. But if you get a 2, 3, or 4, you lose. Have you played Gambling with Friends?
I don't even know what that is, actually.
Okay, you're out of the time. How old are you?
I am 18, like I said.
You're 18?
Yes.
Oh, you're too young. Anyway, if you don't know what that is, you might be a grandpa, but it's okay. It's fine.
What?
But when you take the dices from Gambling with Friends... Oh, speaking of genies, there's like cool genie, right? Oh, have you ever heard Genie in a Bottle? Very good song from Disney. Genies usually give you 3 wishes. But if you really think about it, I feel like you could very easily outsmart the genie by just being very precise, you know? Also, why do you only have 2 HP? I thought you didn't take damage.
I was very unskilled with the cats.
Oh, this reminds me of Flappy Bird.
Actually, now I see it.
Oh, did you know Flappy Bird? I'm pretty sure it no longer can be installed anymore because I don't know why. It's just not there in the Universal Store anymore. I don't know how you didn't get hit by that axe.
I'm so skilled.
I don't know about that one, Chief. Also, that looks like a tongue. Oh, speaking of tongues, did you know some people can't curl their tongue up just like how I can't whistle? But that's not really the point.
I can't do that.
That's my attempt at whistling. It's not very good. Some people can't curl their tongue up, but if you actually try and take your tongue and then stick it out really hot, and then it's pointy, you know?
I actually can't.
And
roll
I'm also
my tongue at
double
all.
jointed. I have like what'd you say?
Hey, I'm double jointed too.
What
I
did you
can't
say
roll
about
my
your
tongue.
Also, what's the little car things next to your name? Also, you're 1 HP. I don't know if you noticed that one.
You're a terrible person.
So how come your cards are slowly stacking up? Oh,
Oh.
speaking of cards, did you know there's a bunch of card games like that you can play? I used to play a lot of Uno or Phase 10 if you're really smart. I don't know if you know what Phase 10 is because you're such a baby, but it's okay.
You're 3 years.
Oh, hey, it's the Illuminati! I'm pretty sure that's what that is, which a lot of celebrities are apparently in the Illuminati, which whatever that means. It used to be a huge craze back in the day. You might be really too young for that. Oh, hey, he's coughing. That's why you shouldn't smoke, kids. I'm giving you some good knowledge, too, while I'm at it.
Indeed you are. And I fear that me going through more boss just gives you more ammo.
I mean, I'm gonna probably run out of something. Ooh, you wanna know my favorite animal? I have- oh my god, let me tell you about Pocket Pussy Axolotl.
What the... Go on.
Oh, hey, look at the little sad clowns. Oh, hey, it's Mr. Piggy again. Did you know pork is, well, I might not be able to say that because they're religious people. But I do really love meat, but currently I can't eat a lot of meat, which is fine. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at the random things in my,
I'm scared of
I
this
have like
one.
a bunch of random stuff in here.
I'm scared of this one only because it's you.
Why? It's just a princess. Look how cute she is.
I didn't equip my things!
Speaking of which, Pocket Pussy Axolotl, right? When I was younger, I got this giant... I went to Target, and my sister gave me this giant axolotl while we were walking through Target, and I'm just like, oh, hey, this is cool. And then she told me to put it back, and I refused to. So now it's just here with me. It's a giant fucking blue axolotl, and why did you stop the game?
I didn't choose the correct attacks. I'm gonna lose
Why
so
not?
hard.
What are you clicking on? Why are you pressing E? Hey, what's that star thing do?
You'll see. It's Char-Char
Why?
and Roundabout.
What does that do?
What
Lollipops.
does this thing?
Ooh, have you ever seen Adventure Time? Anyway, ignore Adventure Time. Anyway, back to Pocket Pussy Axolotl. So it's this giant axolotl, and the seam is right down its crotch, and for some reason, it decided to open randomly. Oh, a lot of people don't know this. I call it, like, anytime I mention axolotl, people know what I mean if I told them enough. And so I have this picture of my axolotl, and it's like, it just looks like it has a pussy at the bottom, right? I can fit my whole hand in there. Don't ask me why I know that.
What? I will, sure.
And then there's also another one called what?
I will.
Why?
Whatever.
What are you asking me about? What? You asked me a question. What was your question? Tell me what your question was.
No.
You asked me a question about Pocket Pussy Axolotl, so what was your question about
I
her?
think it'd be better if I hear less about it than more, actually.
Why? Anyway, I mean, I can name you all of my other stuffed animals. I'm really obsessed with raccoons right now, so, well, I have been for a minute. So I have this other raccoon named Jeremy, which is spelled Jeremy.
Don't even know your own.
I don't know how to spell it very well. Anyway, you lost HP, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. Also, candy corn is fucking disgusting. Did you know that?
I do.
What's your favorite
I do
candy?
Agree. Kit Kat.
Have you ever tried wafers? They're very delicious. I think you've made the princess very mad. Anyway, speaking of my other ones, I have this one called pufferfish. His name is Juan. He's a pufferfish. I also love pufferfishes. Did you know dolphins use pufferfishes to get high? Like, they'll just take pufferfishes and then they'll just throw it back to each other. Hey, you're dead. You're not supposed to do that, you know. I don't know if you knew that.
Yes.
Anyway. Oh yeah, hey, here's the candy corn. I don't really know what the discs are supposed to be. That might be an interesting. What's your fourth favorite type of candy? Ignore the second or the third. What's your fourth specifically?
Okay, let's think. Okay, Hershey's and then
Hey, you're supposed to shoot backwards, I think. I don't know where you're shooting, but oh, I tried a jawbreaker the other day. It was a jawbreaker on a lollipop. I went to a town and there was a jawbreaker of a lollipop and I saw it for the first time. It was like $3, by the way, which I feel like is really cheap. And it just tastes like sugar, honestly. I didn't really feel any of the flavors inside of it, but apparently they're supposed to have flavors. What was your fourth favorite candy?
Okay, I'm gonna go with
Okay, ignore the fourth. Give me your second, because you're taking too long.
fine, Hershey's.
Hershey's what?
Hershey's.
Oh, did you know
Hershey's
Kit
milk
Kats have different...
chocolate.
Oh, not ignore Hershey's. Kit Kats. Kit Kats have a bunch of different flavors in Asia. There's like matcha. I think there's also strawberry. Strawberry is really good. And for some reason, Asians are really obsessed with matcha, which I don't understand, because I don't really like green tea, but matcha specifically is, I guess, some... Oh, hey, when did you lose HP?
When I got unskilled.
Well, no, if you were skilled, you wouldn't get hit by it.
I said when I was unskilled.
Oh. Well,
In any case,
I think you're still unskilled.
Shiggling
because
to
you
me.
lost HP.
Goodbye.
But how are you doing?
My brain.
Oh wow, your
is-
super meter went down a lot. You
Yeah,
went from an A to B minus. That's kind of sad.
Hamburger.
It's okay to be mad. Oh, speaking of hamburger, this guy tried to making bacon pancakes. Have you ever seen Adventure Time making bacon pancakes? It's a really great thing.
Yes.
Back when there was an ARM event on Epal, I was gonna honestly make mine 10 hours of making bacon pancakes of Adventure Time with Jake making pancakes. Hey, you changed your thingy again. Why'd you do that?
This guy is weak to
Still have no
spread
idea what Cuphead is about. Like, I heard there's a
It doesn't
Cuphead
really
too.
have
you
much of
tried
a
playing
story,
that
I'll
one?
be honest.
Really? I mean, there's clearly a story. Have you ever seen Game Theory? Game Theory has a lot of stories. It's sad that they changed people because he has a son now. Ooh, you know
do you
who's
like
scared
clowns?
of clowns? Teddy's scared of clowns, which is
Teddy's
kind of sad
scared?
because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Teddy is scared of clowns because I'm pretty sure she's scared of clowns specifically because of the fact there was there was a clown epidemic back in the day where people would dress up as clowns and then they go to people's houses and then knock on them or they stand in the middle of the street with like a knife and shit. Really scary stuff, but I don't go outside, which is I just stick in my basement and then I just sleep in my chair, which is very comfortable. If you take your chair, right, and you put a cushion on top of both seats, and then you take a cushion on the back seat, and then you put a blanket over top of it, it's very comfortable. People don't believe me, but I think it's great. I do need to turn off my heater, though, because it is fucking hot as shit, and my legs are burning.
That would be a good idea.
How are you doing? Do you like roller coasters? What roller coasters have you ridden?
The Iron Rattler at Six Flags. That
I
was
haven't been to
the
Six
best
Flags
one.
forever. Have you ever been to Universal? Oh my god, I can rant about Harry Potter. I fucking love Harry Potter. I have the little wands that can interact with people and everything. But I'm too shy because I'm like fucking 22, and when I go over there, I'm like a 22-year-old acting like a child, which is fine. Whatever. Have you ever seen Harry Potter? Which is your favorite movie? How have you never seen Harry Potter?
Read it.
Hey, they're so cute and they're doing the little clappy thingies. Now they're dead, and it's all your fault, but that's fine.
Oh, so close.
So close to what? Oh, dying. You're on 1 HP. Unfortunate.
Yes.
How are you doing? Are you existing? Are you breathing fine? You sound like you're panting, which isn't really good. Did you know dogs pant when they're tired? Because that's how they are supposed to take off their thing. And then they have winter coats and then non-winter coats, but some dogs don't have winter. Oh my god, schnauzers! I fucking love schnauzers. There's 3 types of schnauzers. There's the mini schnauzers, there's the normal schnauzers, and then the big schnauzers. The bigger they go, the more guardian dogs they are, which is why the mini ones are usually no, I think the mini ones too, the normal ones are usually the show pony dogs. Which is why when you go to breeders, they tend to breed the animals, and then they keep the ones that would be good for show stuff, and then they sell the rest, which is very good. And if you want one that doesn't have issues, the big ones you're supposed to get professionally trained. I looked a lot into schnauzers. Big ones you're supposed to get professionally trained because if you don't, they have a really hard time interacting with people, which is why you get the smaller ones because they're more yip yappy than the medium ones who need kind of a professional training. Apparently, I'm sometimes like a dog, sometimes like a cat. I don't fucking know. I yip yap a lot. How are you doing? That's a lot of feathers. Oh, birds have feathers, and so do dinosaurs. Did you know that? Of course you do, because I yapped about it earlier. I hope you're keeping up.
Barely.
Why?
Say,
Why are you
what's
not
your favorite thing
keeping up?
about Harry Potter?
What about Harry Potter?
Favorite thing about it?
That doesn't really matter. Look at the fucking goose stuff. Those look like, have you seen Pokemon? You know Togepi? Those look like Togepi eggs that haven't hatched with very spiky balls, which is very concerning. You probably don't want to put spiky little spikes on eggs that haven't hatched. Hello there.
Well, I mean, it'll be good for defense,
I see
you know?
axolotl in the corner.
Oh
my god, I should rant about art. What'd you say?
Why is it back? Why is the pussy axolotl back?
What's the axolotl? He's just chilling there. I know my brother came downstairs one time and then came and looked at him and then probably wondered what the fuck was wrong with me.
Sounds about right.
People keep saying I should cover her up, but honestly, why not just let her be free? In my opinion.
I
It's
guess
like the
so.
same
Sure.
thing as people question why is there lotion on my desk? Because my hands are dry as fuck, Patricia. Have you not lotioned your hand? I'm not a guy. It's not suspicious. Oh, also, on my desk. Oh, hey, it's a dead turkey. You know you're supposed to pardon the turkey? I don't know why. Do you know why you're supposed to pardon the turkey?
I have no idea. Isn't that for, like, the president to do?
I don't fucking know. Why are you asking me? You think I know everything? No, I don't. Anyway, speaking of my desk, everything that I own is technically black, right? So all of the stuff that I own is black, so I can't really figure anything out, which is why, funny enough, artists, when they put their pens down, there's a lot of stereotypes with them. When they put their pens down, they immediately lose it. It's just like me. I just lose everything. Did you know I lost my keys for a year? I just straight up didn't go outside for a year. And then after a while, I did an arcade stream, on Epal where I was trying to look for my keys for 4 days, which I've already lost it for a month, which is why I actually bought an air tag for my keys specifically, which is a crazy statement. But back to my desk, I keep losing things, so I ended up taking tape. It's like this really artist colorful tape, and I've taped down things in my thing. So I have squares everywhere on my desk, to where, oh hey, it's the Kiwi again.
Indeed it is, yes. He's gonna help a
Oh,
lot in
also,
this
what is
fight.
your profile picture?
This is the Among Us airship I drew back in maybe 7th grade.
Among Us airship? Among Us have been around for that long? Oh yeah, you're super. Oh hey, it's a dragon! I love dragons. Did you know there's a whole, oh my god, there's actually a whole underground, well not really underground thing. It's a specific type of dragon fan art that's been going around. They make like a whole thing. It's like blank wings, and it's like a whole, oh my god. I could talk to you about OCs and oh my.
No,
I forgot
not
the
that
names
kind
of
of
the things.
worms.
No, it's okay. We're not talking about dragon dicks right now. It's a whole type of thing where they create these specific things. Adoptables. They're called adoptables. You're dead. You're not supposed to do that, by the way. I don't know if you knew that yet. Oh hey, it's doing little ooga booga things at you. What's your favorite type of dragons? There's worms, there's normal dragons, there's one with 4 legs, there's some with wings, there's some with aren't. Some go underground, some can fly. Some are super long. Which one's your favorite?
Electric.
That doesn't give me anything. You're supposed to give me specific. Some can have wings, some can have not, some have 4 legs, some don't. Which one?
Fine. The ones that are extremely...
No, fire is a different type of element. Electric is different. Which one?
Fine.
Oh hey, his tail comes up. You should pay attention
How about
to that.
Komodo
And then
ones?
his little eyes.
I do like Komodo dragons.
Well, Komodo dragons are real, dragons aren't. I'm gonna need you to figure it out and go to the fantasy side because you are playing a fantasy game. Also, he just went bye-bye to you. Oh, there he goes flying around. Oh, now he's got the little thingies. What was I ranting about? Oh yeah, adoptables. So adoptables have like these, they're like little drawings that people do. They create characters, just like how VTubers have specific characters, except you can sell them. So they have adoptables and they're supposed to have specific traits to them. So essentially you can breed drawings is what I'm getting at. Oh, speaking of breeding, I got banned from breeding in Ark Survival Evolved. Because I accidentally took out a gene, from a dinosaur that I was supposed to be breeding that I found really good. Have you ever bred anything before? Have you ever played any breeding games? You're also at 1 HP. You should probably pay attention to that.
Oh,
hey, now it's a Hydra. Oh, speaking of Hydra, have you ever seen Epic the Musical? Epic the Musical has a really... Oh, hey, you're dead.
My friend tried to force me to watch it. I never did.
It's really good. Let's play some Epic the Musical songs while I rant about other stuff.
We could have 4 layers of everything here.
Epic the Musical Scylla. Very good, by the way. Scylla is supposed to be an eel. If you ever seen the really good ones about the animatics, they're really nice. I'm trying to make an animatic right now.
This is gonna be the
here, let's play
easiest
some of
job for
this.
my editor.
Oh, here.
6 essentials.
Did you know 6 had potentials? Oh, now we're going to Disney Plus because I don't have YouTube. Please give me, I would like some, chippies so I can get my YouTube ads gone.
Yes.
It says, warning, gore, and scary stuff. Scary stuff is because they all die, by the way. I don't know if you've ever seen the things. Alright, while you're listening to that and that's going off on the head. Sorry, that sounded like a chicken there for a second.
That wasn't a chicken?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I was talking about hydras because of this Scylla thing. So technically it's a person that looks like a girl, and then a lot of the illustrations make it so she has a bunch of heads, which is hydras! You know how you cut off one of their heads?
Yes,
And then the more pop up? That's not like this. It just has a bunch of eel heads usually, and that's a fire torch. That's the sounds those make. I can't even hear myself with this thing going on. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore because this is blasting in my ear. I don't know how the fuck you're doing because I'm not doing very well. How are you? It doesn't really matter how you are if you're trying to think of that. Epic the Musical is really cool. Don't breathe like that. It's not very good for your health. You sound like you're struggling.
I am.
What do you say?
So
I can't hear
hard.
myself and I can't hear you.
I
Wow,
can't.
you're getting worse and worse, but it's fine. It's fine that
That's-
you're getting worse and
that's
worse. You're at B-.
expected, yes.
Let's go for C next time, huh? I don't know what you're saying.
You
It's
terrible
fine.
person.
Your opinions don't really matter. Oh, hey, it's a rainbow flag. Did you know it's Pride Month? It's really great. Holy shit, I should explain to you about how I'm 1/4 gay and 1/2 bisexual. It's a
What?
really fun thing.
What did he say?
So, I'm 1/4 gay, 1/2 bisexual. I'm gonna make a YouTube shorts about this, by the way. So, I'm 1/4 gay, which means I'm 1/2 bisexual. And the reason I'm 1/2 bisexual is because I'm only sexually attracted to women, not romantically attracted. What are you?
Straight.
Do you know what you are?
Heterosexual.
Are you sure about that? You never know until you try.
I
Anyway.
disagree.
I'm only sexually attracted to women, which makes me not romantically attracted to them. I've tried. I can't really do it. Oh, when I was younger, I actually didn't know what bi or gay was. So when I was... Oh my god, I should play some gay music. Let's play some gay music.
I don't even know what what quantifies as gay music.
I don't know what gay music either, but I have this. Holy shit! There's a song called "I Ain't Gay." I don't know how well they're gonna do with this, or holy shit! There's sad and gay music. Don't be sad. You can be gay, which makes you happy. Anyway, what about one half bisexual? Oh yeah, I'm only sexually attracted to women and not bisexually attracted. Oh, hey, you're dead. Stop dying. That's not good for your health. Why is this country and why is my phone at 15%? Every time it's just at 15%. Holy shit, Billie Eilish made a song called Wish You Were Gay. I don't know if you're gonna get, holy shit, let's listen to an ad together. It's called Azaro Wanted. I don't know what Azaro is. This is a really shitty ad if I don't know what it is. And now there's just two gay men looking at each other. But it's not in English. Oh, speaking of which, did you know my my Google thinks that I'm a gay man for some reason. My YouTube keeps giving me ads about condoms and shit, and like gay men and gay dating sites, which is really funny considering I'm a female, and also, I'm not fully gay. I'm 1/4 gay. Did you keep up with that?
I did, yes.
What are you again?
Heterosexual.
You should really try the other stuff. But that's not the point. Everyone can be whatever they want. And when I was younger, I didn't know what gay or bi was, and I had this one girl that I was really big friends with, and I was really thinking, I'm just like, damn, I really want to spend the rest of my life with her, and I never realized that that was technically me probably being gay as fuck. And then when I was in middle school, I had the same thought, and then when I was finally in high school, I'm just like, damn. Maybe I was gay as fuck back in the day, and now I just don't feel romantically anything for women. But women are very hot, which is fair.
I don't disagree with that fact.
Okay, you know how like women are like, okay, you know how guys are always like ass or tits? Okay, first I need to know, ass or tits?
Tits, sure.
That answer is wrong. It's always thighs. Thighs are fucking amazing. Thighs are really fucking nice. And then when I was younger, in middle school,
those are actually my favorite.
Well, maybe you should have said that. It's called the triple.
You gave me two. You gave me two answers.
Keep up. Anyway, when I was in middle school, I went to this Korean church, right? And then this person was like, I went to a Korean church. They all played League of Legends because, of course, they did. They're fucking Korean. And they taught. Oh, speaking of League of Legends, in earlier middle school, or was it elementary school? No, it was middle school. I went to this school. And this kid was telling me about League of Legends, and I wanted to play. I didn't want to play League of Legends. I was a fucking book nerd, which is crazy to think because a lot of people don't think I'm a book nerd. And I played League of Legends. And he was trying to convince me to play League of Legends for months, and I refused to do it. I refused to get a PC or anything. I ended up playing a laptop. Speaking of which, I played. Oh, how long have you been playing video games for, by the way?
Since I remember.
Okay, what age is that? I can remember when I fucking fell off a fucking. Since I was, you know what I can remember? I was in the bathroom, and there was like these things where they hold the towels, by the way, and I used to hang on them, and I fell off of them, and then the spike shard went into my back. And did you know about something about Koreans? They don't die. They're really good at video games, which is probably what you should try to do.
Oh my god.
But it's fine to be bad. It's okay. Sometimes you can't be as wonderful as we are, but it's okay.
The Asian supremacy.
You're really struggling on this. Oh yeah, God, Koreans are hot, but that doesn't matter. So are other people. It's fine. It's okay to not be as wonderful as us. I'm just kidding. Please don't cancel me. I can't be canceled. I'm not famous yet. You can't cancel me. That's how that works. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was falling on top of this plastic chair, and then the shard went into my back. And of course, did you know in China a lot of them use this thing called tiger's bomb or some shit like that, and then they wave it off all on you. In Korea, they use Vaseline specifically. Vaseline can be used for other stuff, not gonna mention, but Vaseline is what we use. So they put me on my stomach while my back was fucking, like, oozing out shit, because it's not bleeding, obviously, because it went in too deep, and then just, like, wiped the Vaseline on me, and then I was just laying there for a bit. I don't know how the fuck I'm not paralyzed. Have you ever had any near-death experiences?
No, when I was about 4, and my sister busted my head open with a board.
Now, how do they do that? You know what other near-death experiences I had when I used to bike to work next to these big giant trucks. Some of those people suck. Also, you're 1 HP. Oh, now you're dead. I don't know if you realized that.
That was the wrong thing to parry.
I went into, I biked next to these giant trucks, and these giant trucks you think would be the reason that I die, which is very funny considering all these people are looking at me and they're just like, oh, did you know there's a girl biking out there? And they're just like, huh. And then it spread around quite quickly because everybody has a car, especially because I live in the middle of nowhere, so bikes aren't really a good thing. Neither is walking, but it's whatever. Oh, speaking of walking, did you know I got chased by a fucking crackhead? I was biking home one day. I'll get into the other thing about me biking home, but I was biking home one day in the middle of the thing, and I live by like a place where they just like give out drugs to crackheads or something. I don't really know what they're called or what the program is. Have you ever seen a crackhead in real life?
No.
Oh my god, there's this thing on TikTok, it's called Tweaker Central. Oh, it's called Tweaker Geographic. It's like geographics for tweakers. It's on Instagram. It's really funny to watch sometimes. Anyway, I was biking home one day, and then this fucking, like, guy on whatever the fuck he was on. Oh my god, speaking of which, back in the day, when I used to play Funny Dinosaur game, before a raid, one of my raid leaders, he would, turn on his camera, and he would snort the fuck out of, I forgot what it was. It wasn't cocaine. It was something close to that. It was ketamine. He would snort a line of fucking ketamine. Speaking of snorting, have you ever snorted anything?
No.
Have you ever wanted something? Probably not. Did you know I snorted a line of ramen?
What? A line of ramen?
Ramen powder specifically.
Okay. Mildly better.
I took, you didn't parry shit, but it's okay.
I didn't want to.
When I was younger, I was in high school and I was really fucking bored, and this kid took out a powdered ramen from his thing. It's like really spicy powdered ramen. Do you know what your favorite ramen is?
I don't.
There's only one good answer. What? What do you eat?
Pizza. Chicken.
I'm sorry for your loss. Anyway, speaking of which, powdered ramen, whatever the fuck spice is. So he took it out. It's shin ramen. It's really fucking spicy. It doesn't really have chicken flavor or anything like that. It's just spicy. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna fucking line it up, right? And so I had a line of fucking spicy powder at the bottom, and I took a piece of paper and I folded it a bunch of times in half, and I did a line. Which is crazy that instead. Oh, I don't know if you're too young for this. Back in the day, when a bunch of people were young, we used to snort, powdered sugar.
Oh, I remember that
from
thing.
these, like, long sticks.
I never did.
My first instance of snorting was snorting ramen powder. And then I got this one white girl. I told her to come to the back of the classroom because I knew one other person would do it with me, and this was one white chick. And so both of us in the back of advanced art, by the way. This isn't like some beginner art class. This is more advanced art class. It was just the two of us snorting fucking ramen powder. That shit burns, by the way, because your nose is connected to your fucking throat, obviously. Because it goes down. And so not only do you feel it in your tongue, you feel it in your nose and in your throat. It's really fucking funny. I died. Why was I talking about snorting? Oh yeah, because somebody snorted ketamine in front of me because he would do it every time. Though ketamine apparently is not supposed to be that bad. Also, you took damage. I don't know if you do that.
I took some more.
You're not supposed to do that. What kind of pirates do you like?
Pirates?
Yeah. Do you like pirates? Oh my god, have you ever played Pirate 101? You might be too young for that. There's this thing called Wizard 101 and Pirate 101. They're like these two franchises, and one's a card game, which is Wizard 101, which... Ooh. Have you ever seen... Not Doctor Strange. What's the other one called?
Doctor Who?
I forgot what's... No, not Doctor Who. Is it Doctor Who? I don't know. I'm gonna look this up while you're doing that.
Sure.
Now I just looked up Doctor. Oh, it is called Doctor Who. Have you ever seen Doctor Who?
No.
It's a really good series. You should really try and watch it.
That you say that
Doctor
I have no
Who. Okay, what's your favorite topic? I can yap about your favorite topic if you really want.
I don't think that will help at all.
Well, what do you like to do? Other than play video games, obviously. And Minecraft.
I love watching the live
series.
series.
Did you know I finished Minecraft? What did you say?
No, I want to hear what you're talking about. That sounds interesting.
Oh, Minecraft. Okay, back in... I've never finished Minecraft before, and I've had it for a couple years, which is really funny. Oh, speaking of which, here, let's do a PSA. The reason I won't do modded Minecraft is because a bunch of people hacked CurseForge, and now there's a bunch of malware in CurseForge, which is why a bunch of people are getting hacked, and then they'll sell your cameras their camera feed for like $5, which is fucking crazy. There's like a bunch of videos about it, which is really interesting because I had a bunch of people come to me asking me for modded Minecraft and refused to do anything else. I'm pretty sure they were trying to hack me, but that's not the point. I'm really fucking paranoid. You should be too.
That's fair.
Where did you get your name, RCian?
RCian.
Yeah, RCian, same thing.
Whatever. Okay. It was the first initial of my name. Actually,
Well, okay, I can understand with that for R. What's the Chan for?
Okay, RC is for my first and last name.
Mhm.
Oh no,
Mhm.
Okay, and IAN, that is for 3 separate things.
I think you died.
Indeed, I did.
Oh, hey, it's Medusa! Did you know when you're supposed to see Medusa? I'm pretty sure this was in, like, one of those hero movies. When you see Medusa and she does, like, a little snake thing, you're supposed to take out a mirror and make her see it. I would gap about League of Legends, but you don't know shit about League of Legends, which is really sad, because there's this snake lady. I played this girl called Katarina, and she has these daggers, and her sister is actually a snake lady for some reason. There's also these snakes in mythological things, where, oh, yeah, Nagini. It's this type of snake. So these people are, they're forced to turn into snakes every full moon or some shit, like werewolves, but instead they're snakes. I don't know if it's full moon specifically, but every time they turn into snakes, they have the danger of becoming a snake more and more. Also, you're 1 HP. I don't know if you noticed that, by the way.
You are something
Pufferfish!
else.
I love Pufferfish! I don't know how you didn't die there. Oh my god, speaking of Pufferfish, did I remember telling you about Pocket Pussy Axolotl?
Oh my god, why is that back?
I don't know, because every time I look at my couch, oh, I sleep in the basement, by the way, so there are a lot of things are within my view. I haven't slept in a bed for like 2 years, so a lot of the things are in my view, including Pocket Pussy Axolotl, who is just open for me. That sounds really weird, but that's not the point. Are you okay? How are you doing? That's a lot of long snaky snakes. Oh god, I love snakes. I also love dragons. I don't know if I told you that. Ooh, Pokemon too. I used to. Have you ever played D&D?
I have. I'm a DM.
Ooh. Okay, so have you ever actually okay? Do you only DM or do you play D&D?
I generally have never been a player.
DM. Have you ever heard of these things called boggarts? Apparently, they're these like little fucking witch-looking gremlins that apparently look like animals. So I kind of just got away with being a raccoon for the entire gameplay. I also play Druid a lot. Have you ever played Baldur's Gate 3?
I actually think I have a little bit.
Ooh, what did you play?
Memory's a bit foggy.
You're supposed to think faster. You're thinking too slowly. It's okay. I'll yap about my.
It's really hard to listen to what you're
I
saying. Play.
I played Dark Urge in my first campaign run, and I didn't know what D&D was. I did play D&D once before. So I played D&D, and I played the Dark Urge. Do you guys have Dark Urges in normal D&D?
I'm not sure actually. I don't think I've used that or interacted.
It's okay. You'll figure it out later. Anyway, Dark Urge is a bunch of things. You have a bunch of different things. You're not supposed to get hit by that, by the way. You're 1 HP. I don't know if you noticed. So when I played Dark Urge, oh, you're dead.
I noticed. Yes. Thank you.
It's okay. I just in case you wanted to know.
Yes.
So anyway, Dark Urge is this thing where you get a bunch of other stuff, but apparently it's a preset thing. Oh, I love Asterion, by the way. Asterion is so hot, and people keep telling me I'm wrong, but then again, this is coming from the frog fucker, so I feel like I'm in the right. So when you speaking of frog fuckers, she also likes bald men. And did you know for bald people, instead of pulling their hair like normally, also you lost HP, you're not supposed to do that. I don't know if you knew that. Speaking of bald people, instead of grabbing their hair like normally, you can actually take a plunger, like a toilet plunger, and just bonk it on the top of their head and then pull them that way. You're also 1 HP. You should pay attention. I don't know if you could do that very well, but you should do that. You can reset if you want. I don't really give a fuck what you do.
Yeah, I do have to.
Yeah, you got that, Chief. It's okay. That makes me go back to my D&D rant about Dark Urge. So I went back to playing my very first run was about Dark Urge. Oh, hey, look at the seahorses. They're literally seahorses. I actually didn't notice that because of how much I'm ranting and how fast I'm ranting. Okay, funny enough, I was asking somebody before this on how to distract someone, and they're just like, oh, just do one of your autistic rants. And I'm just like, okay, an hour and 30 minutes about autistic rants really fucking fast is really hard in my opinion, but apparently I think I'm doing it perfectly fine because you fucked up 6 times in this run. But that's okay,
yup.
you're 2 HP, you only got 2 lives left, and you're only at the pufferfish phase. You might as well get hit by one of these at this point. I also have Doctor Who up on the background, but that's not really the point. Oh yeah, so apparently I didn't really know I was autistic for a while. I still don't know if I'm autistic. They keep telling me that I probably am. They keep telling me a bunch of different things about me being autistic, but I really feel like I'm not autistic. Other than the fact that I'm on my tiptoes, but that's for a different reason. Also, some people like being shocked. Did you know that? I don't know about the eels though. A lot of people, when they go to the police, they're supposed to get shocked, which is really funny to watch people get shocked. Because sometimes with the people who are doing the shocking, you're also 1 HP. Pay attention.
Oh my god.
Have you ever been shocked before?
By a small electrical appliance, yes. Which one?
Okay, but that's not a taser. Some people some people are into getting shocked, which is crazy work. There's some people who do the tasers, and then they sometimes shoot the wrong person, and the person holding on to the person also goes down, which is really fucking funny. Why'd you say, oh no?
I just said no because I lost my entire super.
What's your super?
Me when I become a giant rocket.
Oh, you should do less of that. I think it's a time thing, though, so you'll be fine. Hello there, Juan. You also have a mouth that I can open, but that's not really the point. Oh my god, did you know? I didn't know. For the longest time, I was a tomboy, and I didn't really like dresses, and I still really don't, but I don't think I'm trans. I just like wearing guy clothes, which apparently... Oh, hey, you died.
Tell me you're so hard.
You're up! Anyway, oh yeah, since we're back to this thing, I might as well go back to my rant about Dark Urges. So when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 for the first time, I was playing the Dark Urge, and there's a bunch of different campaigns, and then I met Asterion, and I fucking love Asterion. Did I tell you? He's a hot vampire. Holy fuck. And then I ended up killing this one woman who was playing this song for me on this little whatever the fuck it was. I think it was called the Lute. And then the second run, I dedicated my entire run to her by playing Druid, because she's also a Druid. And then I would forever be in wolf form, because I do love wolves. Wolves were actually my original first animal before I started liking raccoons. I think my favorite fish animal is pufferfishes, though, which is like the ones that you're seeing currently. And then it's axolotls, because for some reason my family thinks my favorite animals are axolotls, which is why I have axolotls and an axolotl. That poor giant axolotl has been defiled, but that's not really the point.
Breathe, bro, breathe!
What?
I also have like other axolotls that are just like, oh, have you ever seen the axolotls where they flip upside down to show the different types of faces?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, hey, you
I've
took
seen some
damage.
videos
Good,
of that.
perfect. I have one that's pink and the one's that's black, and then the black side is angry and the pink side is happy. Sometimes I like flipping those around for fun. They're really funny. Oh, I also got Stress Ball. Ooh, have you ever played Valorant? Do you play any sort of Riot games?
Any type of what games?
Riot games. What other games do you play other than Cuphead and Minecraft?
Team Fortress 2, Garden Warfare 2, like quite a few.
I don't know what any of those things are. Anyway, in Valorant, there's these really squishy things that come out. There's like these balls. What? That I don't know what Team Fortress 2 is? Or Garden Warfare 2?
That one's crazy.
Whatever that is.
Well,
obviously there's things in front of that. I don't know what that is. Also, you're 1 HP. I don't know if you knew that. Also, I have a really weird thing where every time I hiccup, I have to say hiccup. I don't really know why. Also, I have a genetic thing where apparently I have a lot of genetic things. I don't know if you knew that. You're gonna find out a lot of things about me during this rant.
Yeah.
Oh, you're dead. Anyway, back to the Dark Urge rant because you died, so we might as well start back up.
Oh my god.
Back to my Baldur's Gate 3. So, during this time, I was playing Dark Urge, and obviously I killed this one girl who was a druid. She was doing this song, and it was really sad. Spoilers, guys. And then if you play Dark Urge, in the night I tried to recruit her because you can recruit a bunch of people. And she came to my camp and tried to be recruited, and I was so fucking happy. And then when I was sleeping, I fucking killed her, and I was so sad. So my next run, I dedicated everything to her. I called myself after her, I got her loot and everything, and then I ended up trying to recruit her. It didn't work. I don't even think she's really honestly that recruitable, and I was really tempted to kill her because she didn't give me her loot, and I actually did take it the first time because, you know, she's fucking dead. She reminds me of Ariel. Oh my god, speaking of squids that's on her head, did you know that my VTuber character actually has, tentacles, right? And it's not because of the fact that I like tentacles or anything. Well, no comment. But it's the fact that I couldn't draw Evelyn tails, and what? Also, you're 2 HP. You might as well just lose 1 just for fun. But it's the fact that I didn't know how to draw ribbons, because ribbons, honestly, is actually quite a fundamental in art. You're supposed to be able to draw ribbons in different shapes and forms because a lot of things have to do with ribbons and being able to flip to the one opposite side to another, which is why I have tentacles, because it's much easier to draw circles and line them up in lines than having to draw ribbons, because when you do ribbons... Oh hey, she's dead!
Yes, it's about time!
Wow, that took you a long time!
Cavalry is so hard! She was the hardest one I had to fight.
By the way, it's been an hour and 10 minutes if you haven't realized.
I see that.
But it's okay! I'm doing a great job, and you're doing a terrible job, which means it's better for me! How many bosses do you have left?
A couple. Not even gonna lie.
A couple? Okay,
Well,
give me
actually,
the
quite a few.
Hello? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
6.
Oh, hey, that's a lot. Anyway, you want to listen to Wish You Were Gay by Billie Eilish? Oh my god, I didn't know Billie Eilish was gay, by the way. I don't know if she still is or if she's bi. Holy shit, Katy Perry made a song called You So Gay 18 fucking years ago. And then there's oh my god, are you too old to know what Vine is or anything? Or no, not too old,
young,
too
but
young.
yes, I know about Vine.
Okay, anyway, that's not where I was really getting at. Frickin' Frogs Gay is a fucking hilarious thing. Apparently that person's a terrible person, but that's not really his point. All I know is frickin' Frogs Gay. Whew. What do I rant about this one, other than baby bottles? Oh my god, did you know- where are you from?
Texas.
Oh, okay, so you know all about how medical is some fuck shit over here. Also, you're
correct,
1 HP,
yes.
I just wanted you to know that. Fucking in America, apparently it costs thousands and tens of thousands of dollars to have a baby, which is crazy because babies are already fucking cost a bunch of stuff. You're dead. You're supposed to dodge those lightning bolts. I didn't know if you were aware of that.
Yeah, I need to change up my loadout. This one ain't doing it.
Oh yeah, what's the different loadouts for?
Oh, to make it slightly easier to fight different situations.
Why are you missing 5 of them?
Because they cost money, and I need to do running guns.
Well,
But running
have
guns
you ever
take time.
tried, you know, making money? I don't know, like it's...
Running
Well, okay,
guns.
it's an interesting thing about people who are older because they say just make money, it's not that hard, even though, you know, they have... Oh my god, the fucking money crisis going on in America is crazy, because food costs a lot of money and then gas costs even higher, but I don't know how to drive yet, so it's fine. Do you know how to drive?
I do.
Oh, when did you learn how to drive?
About...
Also, how hard is the test? I don't know how hard the test is. I'm supposed to take it,
it's
but
not
I'm
that
supposed to wait for the MBA to... What?
It's not too difficult.
Oh, lovely. So I should be easy. Other
long
than the
as you
fact
don't-
that if you see me on the street, I will run you over because as I learned when I was younger, if you run over that elderly person, that's 5 points. If you run over a whole family, that's 20 points. You can just gamify anything and it'd be great. Oh, a lot of people, did you know, actually, you took damage, by the way. You're not supposed to do that. I don't know if you knew
I
that.
did not die.
Also, what is those, little bell thingies that are coming down? Oh, they're
Those
little
are
mouse.
rats. Rats or
I
mouses?
love
can't
rats,
tell.
by the way. No, rats are not mouses, actually. Those are 2 different things. But, did you know I call all dogs rats if they have short hair, including chihuahuas if they have long or short hair. Chihuahuas are not, in fact, all very skinny, and I'm pretty sure they're not all from Mexico, but I might be wrong about
Oh, I
that. I
have a
don't know.
Chihuahua.
Oh, speaking of dogs, did you know streamers? a lot of stereotypes come from streamers having cats or very white dogs. Specifically, Asian streamers having white Pomeranians, which is really cute because they're really fluffy. But I like Schnauzers because they have like cool mustaches. What's your favorite type of dog?
Black Labs.
Why? Black Labs are a thing?
Yes.
I've
German
never heard
Shepherds
of
are
Black
also
Labs.
quite
I've only
awesome.
heard of.
I have bias. Those are my first 2 dogs.
There's a lot of shepherds. Did you know that? There's one called an Australian Shepherd. They're herding dogs. There's a lot of herding dogs. Most dogs were bred for a reason. Specifically, there's a type of dog that was actually. Oh, I can take a break for now. I need a water break. Hold.
Can I even win?
I don't know, but apparently my yapping is going great because I'm fucking autistic as shit. Apparently.
Just say I'm going off of my timer. I just got to 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 49 seconds.
You're built like 49 seconds.
What?
Exactly. What does it mean to be built like 49 seconds? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. That's some of the shit that I say. Also, did you know? Speaking of
Fine, I
heart,
have to do
speaking
it.
of love, speaking of diamonds. Diamonds are actually not a very common rare gem. It's actually monopolized by one company, and there's a bunch of diamonds. And it's actually from a long time ago, where people wore white dresses, but white dresses aren't like. That's why everybody's like, it's been monopolized so much that weddings cost tens of thousands of dollars, and you're supposed to put like 1/3 of your entire savings to diamonds, which is fucking crazy in my opinion.
Ew.
Honestly, I told my last ex that I wanted a fucking a ring pop as a wedding ring, and he called me crazy. Which personally, I don't think that's crazy. Canned foods. Did you know Asians aren't really much for canned food eating? But you know what I'm really into? I'm really into MREs. There's this one specific guy who eats MREs, and it's really fucking cool because he eats all of them from like really old war rations. Also, what animal is that?
This is a. Oh, actually, I'm not sure. It's a vermin of some kind.
How dare you call them vermins? Vermins
His
are
name
very.
is Werner Werman. Based off
You're a
of
fucking
vermin.
Warman. Also, you have 2 HP, I just want you to know that. Oh, I guess he does have medals. I guess that's like a flag up there. Also, there are bottle caps trying to touch you inappropriately.
Yo, what the fuck?
That
I don't know.
is correct, yes.
Oh, now he's pew-pewing you. Oh, I didn't know you could go up there. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna run out of things to yap about. I'm just kidding. I have a lot of things I can yap about.
Oh, no, I messed up.
Rap about. I don't know how to rap because I can only yap, which basically is honestly the same fucking thing, I guess.
In a way, yeah.
Holy shit, that was bars, but none of them fucking rhyme because I don't know how to rhyme.
Oh
I
my
barely
God,
can speak
misclicked.
English at the time.
And this guy's
Oh.
German, by the way.
Oh, have you ever seen the dinosaur crocodile game? It's where you can play as a bunch of dinosaurs and then you go up the thing and then there's a bunch of there was this one guy who recruited a bunch of other stuff to try and fight the Herreras. It's a very popular video on Shorts. I don't know if anyone else has seen it. But it's basically these people trying to start a campaign against the Herreras because you know you need a common enemy. And then this one guy, I'll find it. It's okay. You can listen to some German stuff in the background. German crocodile game something like that. Oh God, there is. Ooh. Anyway, here you go. Now you can listen to starting a cult while I'm moving. Also, you're 2 HP. I don't know if you knew that.
It's
Here,
fine.
do you like to listen to propaganda? I don't know. Well, I don't think I can do propaganda. That's probably bad because they're like self-cleaning specifically. I'm solar. Also, you're 1 HP. Listen to Herreras. Supposed to be the enemies of Herreras. I don't know what Herreras are.
Oh,
Here, now you can
that
listen to the
sucks.
Germans. Blah, 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 blah. That might be racist.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, well, holy shit, this is really loud. I don't know if you knew that. Thank God my family's 2 stories up because they would think I'm loud as shit and crazy as fuck. Also, when they figured out that I was doing this job, anyway, when they figured out I was playing games for a living, and then I mentioned the fact that I have a camera because, you know, I'm a VTuber, they thought I was an OnlyFans chick, which is really funny because I hate showing skin. Which, I mean, I guess some of these people are, but I'm not. I don't like showing skin, nor do I like showing my face, which is really funny considering they thought I was an OnlyFans person. No, I'm just really fucking autistic, and now you can see it, which I still don't believe I'm autistic because I've never gotten tested. But I guess there was other problems wrong with me, which is why they don't really care about the fact that I'm autistic. Or that I probably have ADHD, which is what comes to the nice little thing called autistic ADHD thingies, which is apparently a whole other thing. Also, you're lagging like a motherfucker. I don't know if you noticed that. You also have 1 HP now. You should have gotten hit by that, but it's okay. Sometimes we have to give bad people a chance to survive.
That doesn't work.
Oh, the fucking pussy axolotl. Oh,
This
you're dead.
is back and forth time. This is gonna haunt me for the rest of my days.
I mean, I can show you a picture of her too. I have one where I'm spreading her open, but I guess that's a little too much. It's fine. You can look. I'll just spam it to you a bunch of times. Don't worry.
You motherfucker. No, I hear every notification. This is terrible.
Yep, you're gonna hear this while I'm doing this. Anyway, I'm shocked that you didn't hear the door sounds earlier. I can also do those too. I can also do the right sound too, just in case your door is on the right side. I don't know if you knew that. Oh my god, Tom and Jerry.
No way, it really confused me.
Ignore Tom and Jerry.
I'm on the second floor.
Yeah,
it sounds like there's someone knocking on my window.
I don't know if you...
Oh, you person.
Ooh, anyway, you're 2 HP. I just wanted you to know that. Oh my god, that guy is having a fucking seizure. I think he just got eaten by a cat, which is not very good. Oh, there's another thought to it. I don't think cats' arms are that long. Ooh, have you ever seen a Maine Coon? Do you know what a Maine Coon is?
What?
Maine Coon. They're very long-haired cats and they're very fucking ginormous. Ooh. Do you know what the smallest wildcat is specifically?
What's its name?
Of course you fucking don't. There's a type of wild cat that's like really small, but they actually aren't domesticated. They live out in the jungles. Maybe no, not the rainforest, but they live out in the woods. They're like really tiny cats, and they like jumping, and they're super tiny, and they're not domesticated actually. Also, do you know what can't be domesticated? Do you know what animal cannot be domesticated? Well, I guess it's not an animal, it's more like a fish. Well, they're in zoos. But great white sharks honestly can't be kept in tanks. They've tried before, but they keep getting depressed and dying. Oh, hey, you finally killed it. Good job. It took you a minute.
I think this run is done. I can't do it.
It's okay. Be like that. You're not gonna make it, but it's fine because I'm really fucking yappy and rocky. Yap. What other autistic things can I go on about? I would say a bunch of what are your interests? Please do tell.
Okay, I love chess. Minecraft stories are definitely some of my favorite things. I love lots of anime.
Ooh, what kind of anime?
Basically any type.
Okay, that
I do
doesn't
love
give
romance.
me a specific type of anime. Ew, that's disgusting. But it's fine to have a bad opinion.
That's
I don't really like
great.
romance. I only like romance comedies or stuff like that.
Romance
I did see a
comedies are
really
nice.
sad romance one earlier, but I just finished what did I just finish? Ooh, I just finished Spy X Family. I'm just starting to watch
bad.
Rom the 1/2, which is really cool. Rom the
I've
1/2
seen
is
Rom
about
one.
Ooh, have you seen the old one or the new one? Because there is a new one, there is a really old one back in the 1900s, which makes it sound like in the really early 1900s. What was I yapping about? Other than anime, I don't really care to yap about
Maybe that's
anime. I
crazy,
don't know
bro.
that much. Also, you're 1 HP. Ooh, those, you know what she looks like? She looks like Katy Perry, no, not Katy Perry. Maybe it's Miley Cyrus. I don't know. Who's the one who did Wrecking Ball?
That's Rumor Honeybottoms.
No, not the person. Have you never heard? I came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh, I have. Was that Miley Cyrus?
I would play it for you, but I don't want you to get copyrighted, which
That's
is why I
fair.
haven't been playing all the songs. But I could do a really bad rendition for you.
Go
I
ahead.
came in like a wrecking ball. I never try to hurt it all.
Turn it off!
I never want to blame your love. None of these lyrics are true. I actually don't know what the lyrics are. I'm really bad at singing lyrics specifically. I got told I have a really actual good singing voice, but you're not going to hear it today because why would I ever let you hear that when I can sing like, I never like a wrecking ball?
That's so real.
Anyway, you're at 1 HP. I'm glad my singing is doing you justice. Because funny enough, I call myself Siren, but I prefer, honestly, at this point, being called a Banshee. Because, God, sometimes I just screech like one. Anyway, have more Discord calls.
Oh my god, that actually made me flinch for a second.
I think it's really funny.
I don't even know how you do it now. I can't even look at Discord.
I think it's really fucking funny. Ooh, you like jazz? I've actually never seen the B movie, funny enough, but I can read the entirety script of B movie, and I know some people already have, but I can give you some. Where would I find the B movie script? I bet it's common. There's no way it's not out in the world.
Oh, it's
also,
definitely
you're
out.
2 HP. Just wanted to let you know. Oh, did you know all bees are technically, or is it males or females? I don't remember
all
which one.
females.
There are types of. Oh, yeah. There are types of. Nemo the clownfish. Did you know Nemo the clownfish Nemo would turn into a female because
yes.
clownfishes actually change depending on the gender or depending on what is needed. A lot of animals do that, funny enough, which is strange. Anyway, back to my B movie script, which I'm trying to find right now, and apparently it's on. Why is it on GitHub? Anyway, according to all known laws of aviation, do you know what aviation is? You're 1 HP,
yes,
by
I
the
do.
way. What's
Flight.
Aviation? Oh look! She's reading a book too! She's trying to help you figure out what aviation is. Anyway, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Why oh! Speaking of being able to fly, did you know about angels, right? There's biblically accurate angels and then there's human angels or whatever. You're dead.
Oh, yes, unless I have 10 minutes.
Anyway,
and I
I'm gonna
can't-
keep reading the B
Yeah,
movie
sure.
since you're not gonna be able to, since I'm going back to my, rants about stuff.
Yes.
Actually, that's not the one that I wanted. I wanted the Discord call specifically, but now I can't find it. Why can I not find the Discord call? Anyway, I have some pings instead because I can't find the call. Oh, that's not it. Anyway, the wings are too small as it gets fat little body. Oh, speaking of which is why birds actually have hollow bones, because it's easier for them to fly. You're also at 1 HP, just letting you know.
I don't like rumor
Since
without
you know,
crack
just
shot.
we forget. So I just want you to know that you're 1 HP. So if you do get hit one more time, you will die. I don't know if you knew if that's how that works, but just making sure that you knew what that is. Anyway, I don't know why bees should not be able to fly, which is why hummingbirds, there's different types of flight, by the way. Wings are either supposed to be double the mass size, which is why human angels make no sense because they're not big enough to be able to carry them, or you have hollow bones like birds. Don't touch the soda water, that's not good for your health. I don't know if you knew that, you're at 1 HP. Which is, you either have hollow bones like normal birds, or you're actually like hummingbirds where they flap really fast to be able to do it. Anyway, back to reading. Its
Yep.
wings are too small. You're dead as fuck. Oh, you're gonna be stuck on this like the last time.
It's so sad, I know. Rumor might be my least favorite boss to fight.
Oh my god, my voice can go up really high even though my natural voice is really low. My throat's gonna hurt by the end of this.
is gonna...
Fine. Hey, why are you restarting? Here, I'll give you another violin since you're restarting.
I should have gotten Lobber.
Oh, can you... Anyway, its wings are too small as its fat little body can't get off the ground. The bee, of course, flies away because, it's... Wait, where am I? I don't know how to read. I'm really bad at reading for being a VTuber, funny enough. Holy shit, there's an ooh sound. Anyway, you're gonna listen to this while I read this. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Oh, little black and yellow. Let's shake it up a little. Berry breakfast is ready. I don't know what
Don't
the
worry,
cavalry
loves.
is.
The cavalry's here.
Cavalry's here. Hang on a second. Hello, Barry? Adam? Can you believe this is happening? I can't. I'll pick it up. Look sharp. Oh, you're 2 HP. I didn't even notice that. I was too busy reading the B script. But you'll be 1 HP soon, so it's fine.
That is correct, yes.
Yeah, see, I told you. You are 1 HP
She's
soon.
so
Did you know
skilled.
if you get hit one more time, you will die? The soda water's coming up real fast, and she's reading, which means it's time to read the B script again. Ma, I got a thing here. You got a lint on your fuzz. Ow, that's me. Wave to us. We'll be in row 1800. Oh, did you know when a queen bee dies? Oh my god, excuse me. They actually mark multiple little eggs to become queens. And sometimes when their queen dies, they actually do more than the queen, but the beekeepers have to take off the dead bodies, and then they will place a new queen. Hey, I wasn't done with my bee knowledge. I have a lot of random knowledge from watching a lot of shorts about a lot of random things. I'll get into lockpicking here in a minute. So beekeepers, when the bee queen dies, they actually take the queen bees and put them in a little box, and then they will actually put them inside of or on top of the cage so the new bees can be acquainted with them. If the reason they put them in a box is because if you raw dog it, and put the queen just normally inside of it, the bees will actually huddle up on top of the queen bee and suffocate her to death with heat. You're also 2 HP, just letting you know. So they will, instead of just like tearing them apart like ants normally do, which ants will go inside of you, but that's not really the point. The bees will actually huddle upon you and actually warm you to death. They'll heat stroke you basically. I used to watch a lot of Bug Wars too, where they'll take different bugs. There's like jumping spiders and shit like that, and also you're not supposed to jump into the soda, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. Holy shit, it's 5 a.m. I haven't even had candy. Holy shit, if I had candy, this would be 10 times worse for you. Oh my god, you're so lucky I'm on a diet right now. Because I could yap a lot faster than this. This is just puritism right now. How are you already 2 HP? You just started. You might as well just restart.
True, true. I just beat this guy, doesn't matter.
I mean, he looks a little sad. Look at the little pea. You look a little sad. You sigh a lot when you're playing this game, especially when I'm yapping over here, which is really funny. I was actually gonna try and delay this because I didn't know what to say, but apparently I have a lot to say because a lot of things are coming out of my mouth. Oh, hello there, Snowy Owl. I have a lot of random Gorga. Also, you're 1 HP. Hey, why are you restarting? You might as well die at that point.
Respawning's faster than just jumping off.
RGBT, LGBT, I don't know, those are the light signatures. Hello, how are you? Did you know I was a book nerd? Ooh, should I start ranting about my favorite book currently that I'm reading called Legacy of Drill? I don't know, because I feel like you'd understand nothing about that, and then you'd like zone me out, which is not good, because Aria actually knows how to zone me out now, which is really bad for me.
Underscore
which is
Ari?
why I don't like it. Huh? What'd you say?
Underscore Ari?
No, Ari, Lunaria, she's my wifey. I've talked to Ari here and there, but that's not really the point. Anyway, have a Discord call for fun while I'm thinking about something to yap about. Other than me constantly looking up on Pussy Axolotl, which she will keep coming up because it's really funny to mention her. Oh, did you know Sherpa blankets? Oh, you're 2 HP, by the way. You're about to be 1 HP if you touch the soda water. Actually, maybe not. I don't know how that works. Did you know Sherpa blankets? They're a type of heavy blankets, though normal heavy blankets are much better because they actually have an outer shell. You're 1 HP, by the way. You're not supposed to get hit. Now you're dead.
4 minutes, or 3 minutes actually.
Anyway, how many more times do you have? Or how many minutes do I have left, or I have to keep yapping about this? Anyway, I'll go back to yelling about Sherpa blankets. So Sherpa blankets, they're actually, the inner layer is actually made out of plastic, which is why you're supposed to take a dog-like comb and smooth them out while they're wet in cold water, because it's actually, apparently it's called, it's a type of fiber plastic, and it will actually not brush out very well unless you take cold water and you brush it out that way with a dog fine-like comb. I had this one lady come up to me, speaking of combing, I had this one lady come up to me and be like, oh, have you done anything crazy with your hair? Oh, because apparently some places in Asian culture, not like, I don't know where South Korea and everything else is, a lot of them use rice water. Apparently, oh, you're 1 HP, you took like 2 damage in one go. That's not very good for you, you should do better than that, but it's okay. So they take rice water and they soak it into their hair to make it better. Apparently mine just only needs conditioner because I'm just built different. What kind of hair do you have?
Mine usually only needs conditioner too.
Oh, Okay, so that's not bad. I have silky smooth hair, which apparently not a lot of Asians actually have. It's just a very heavily stereotyped thing, but not a lot of people have it. I'm just lucky as fuck. But anyway, someone called me an Indian princess, which I think that was cool. I didn't know Indian people had really good hair. But apparently it's like that, where it's like really smooth and silky. Maybe she was thinking of Pocahontas. Well, no, Pocahontas is Native American, I'm pretty sure. Have you ever seen a Pocahontas?
Yes, I have.
Ooh, what other Disney shows have you seen? Or Disney movies, I guess.
Pretty much all of them.
Oh, I've seen like basically none of them, which is why I can't really rant about them. Other than Snow White, which I've also never seen Snow White before, but I have seen all of the... Oh, my favorite type of fantasy books, by the way, are actually stories about old fantasy books. For example, like Cinderella. There's a, ooh, have you ever seen, the I don't know if they're German, but they have, the original storybooks, like Cinderella. Did you know in Cinderella, they actually cut, the stepsisters trying to get their, feeties, their little feeties. A lot of people are into feet, which are really fucking weird to me. But you know, that's just them, whatever. A lot, they would cut off the back of their heels and then their toes. Also, you lost an HP while I was saying lose, so you should lose a little harder because those fisties are coming for you. Oh, there you go, there you lost another HP. Anyway, they cut off their toes to try and fit into the shoes, and then the prince only realized because he saw the blood on him. Oh, hey!
About dang time. In any case, yep, that is the end. So sad. I couldn't get.
How was it?
That was tough. That was so hard.
Was that what you expected for? Have you ever done this before?
Attempted this challenge? No. And I think I started with the hardest person to do it with.
Oh yeah, when I say I'm a professional yapper, I am a professional yapper!
Oh my god.
I still don't think I'm autistic, but apparently people think so, so... Ooh, let me
How
calm
do you-
down, the challenge is over.
You're done. You're chilling. Congratulations.